we were approached by the police chief to help him start the Explorer program. We at the Huron Township Rotary were approached by our new energetic police chief, Everett Roberts, to help in the resurrecting of the Police Explorers group after years of its absence. He had asked for $3,800 to restart the program. We thought, what better way to serve the community and its youth than to be a part of this? Once the project started, the response was overwhelming by the applicants, which now has a waiting list. To no fault of our chief, the price rose to $5,000, $1,200 more than we had anticipated. We as members felt that this project was so beneficial to building a relationship with our police and students that the members of the Rotary covered the additional expenses out of their own pockets. It started by my brother, Steve Chant, making a challenge to the rest of the members that he would donate up to $250 if the rest of the members would match his funds, which we did. After that challenge was met, our past president, Jerry Burke, made the same challenge to the members. We matched that as well. Now we had 1,000 of the 1,200 needed. Word got out about the challenge and that we were still $200 short. Upon riding home from work the next day, our treasurer, Terry Riotbell, found an envelope stuffed in her doorway with a money order for $200 from an unknown donor. This is how we covered the increase in cost. I thank you, whoever you were, for that $200. The $3,800 is another example of what is happening with the proceeds that come from the Harley raffle, and the rest coming from the generosity of the Rotarians and one unknown donor. Keep supporting us by buying tickets. At this point, I turn the podium over to the chief, his officers, and his explorers. They will relate to you the successes as he has had with this project within the last month, and how much of a good thing this is turning into.
Thank you. So just a couple things. I just wanted to explain a little bit how this came to be. Really the credit goes to Keith Nickrand and Officer Brian Tite. When I first started here back in June, one of the things that we made a commitment to was community partnerships. And we spoke about the youth in our community and how we could get back involved. They approached me and said, we had an Explorer program, and due to financial constraints, it was cut some years ago, a few years back. I talked to them, I said that the one thing that we could do is we could approach the Rotary Club and see if we could get a community partner to go in with us. Officer Tite and Officer Nickrand put on a presentation for the Rotary Club, and we didn't have to ask them twice. Mr. Chant brought up the fact that it went up by $1,200. Well, the reason that it went up by $1,200 is that if anybody here knows Officer Keith Nickrand, he's never met a kid that he doesn't want to help. We started it out at 15 kids, and by the time we could even get uniforms ordered, he had found 6 more. He wanted to help the kids, and we agreed. We had, I've already had 2 trainings, and we had one young lady in particular that I want to bring up, and I won't call her out, but she was in some trouble at home. Keith Nickrand got called to her house. She was having some problems. He felt that the Explorer program would be a good way for her to be involved. We met with her, and I remember speaking to her mom at the meeting, and she said, you know, I don't know that she's going to like this. And I said, I don't know, but look at her. And she got into the group of these wonderful kids. She did well, and she's here tonight. So my hat's off to her for doing the right thing, getting around some good kids. The purpose of this program is to get these kids, as you see, in uniform, which is thanks to the Rotary Club. They are fully outfitted in the same uniform that the officers wear. You'll see them around town at St. Stephen's festivals. You'll see them at the Apple Fest. You'll see them all around helping out, doing a lot of different things. They're going to get the opportunity tonight, is actually a learning experience to come here and meet you all. One thing that I want to bring out, and that I think is very cool about this program, is that we have 2 kids here that are very special. They all are, but their grandfather was a sergeant in our department and a very big part of the Huron Township Police Department, Sergeant John Cady. So I'm going to just call out John Cady and Sabrina Cady and say that they're really something that I'm very proud to have part of this program. Their grandfather is Huron Township Police Department, and we really appreciate all that he's done over the years. In this group, you see future police officers, which we have one now. I know in our department, Josh Green, and maybe even a military hero such as Chris Oakes, who was part of our program. So I'm just going to ask you guys to stand and introduce yourselves. You don't have to say your name, but let's stand together and for the first time in Huron Township, Police Explorer program.